what your tips for learning languages?
Learning English or learning Japanese? Learning a language you don't know.
Anything.
Practice, practice, practice.
Oh.
Study with a native speaker, so you get the accent right. But practice speaking. I think that's more important than writing.
Yes, that's what I think.
I find that most Japanese people that I meet can understand English, especially written,
Yes.
much better than I can Japanese. Well, I know some Japanese that speak English better than me, but they're timid about speaking it. The only way, and I've been coming to Japan since, well, I lived here in 1952 to 53 when I was a little boy. And then I came back in 1990 to visit with the St. Paul Nagasaki. And then I got a job with Delta Airlines. So in so 1999, and I've been coming back every year since then. And I did study Japanese very hard the first couple of years, but I've been lazy, and it's so easy to get around in Japan without speaking Japanese. So, and especially Nagasaki with my friends there. So, but I'm getting close to retirement, so I'm going to study Japanese and be able to speak in Japanese when I'm in Japan. That's my goal.
Okay, so how long are you going to stay in Japan this time?
This time, I'm leaving next Sunday home. I've been here. I've been in. I was staying in Ueno for since last Sunday. And met some friends that came in on Wednesday, and then I sent them off to Kyoto on the train, and I'm flying to Nagasaki. Then they're going to meet me. They're taking the train, and I'm flying between the cities.
Okay, so you're a frequent visitor in Japan,
I visit Japan at least twice a year.
Twice a year, at least.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm jealous. I wish I could.
Well, I'm jealous because you live here all the time. I don't see much to visit.
Because my country, you know.
You know, I don't. It's so much more enjoyable to be a visitor in Japan than to be a visitor in America. In America, you need to have a car to drive around. And you have to, and if you don't have,
huge country.
and it's big, and it's, you know, and it's hard to find a parking space. But in Japan, you can just get on the subway, on the Shinkansen, on the trains. It's just so easy to get around.
In Tokyo, though.
Well, I'm best at getting around in Tokyo because I've been visiting for so many years. Although it's been a while. I was here last December for only a very short visit, but I went right down to Nagasaki. So I hadn't been in Ueno for over a year. And when I was back there, I didn't recognize the station. It seems like they're tearing up all the subway stations and putting in elevators, which I approve of, but all the directions that I gave my friends, we had to change them around because where I thought you could walk right out onto the street, or where there used to be elevators or escalators, they're all being remodeled. So I had a little bit of difficulty getting around even in Ueno, which I know very well because I've been going there forever. That was one of the. I first visited Ueno in 1990. During the trip. My friends. We were traveling all over Japan, and my friends wanted to go up north from Tokyo and from Asakusa. And I got to the station at Asakusa, and I thought, why do I want to ride the train anywhere else? There's a beautiful temple right here. Why don't I just spend... Why do I need to ride in the train? And we were a group of 12 people, and we would get on the train, and then we'd all get off, we'd take pictures and get back on the bus or the train. And I thought I just want to walk around at that time in Asakusa, but then I discovered Ueno from Asakusa, and I've been staying. I always stay in Ueno because I like it. I enjoy the size of it. I enjoy the people there. And I used to like Ueno Station, but it was a little scary because it's so different than what I was used to. And all the exits are under construction.
Even me, it's so big change. It has big change, so I don't know what to do.
Well, yeah, yeah. Well, and I was trying to, because although these people that I met, this is like, most of them is only their first or second time in Japan. I tried to tell them, you cannot bring big bags, because they're taking the train. You cannot bring those big bags. You can't go through the station. You can't be carrying all that stuff. You take a little bag, you have a couple changes of clothes, and you wash your clothes at the hotel every day. Get a hotel that you can have the laundry in, because you don't want to be carrying around stuff. You want to be enjoying yourself. But no, they didn't listen. They all had 2 roller bags, but they don't realize that you got to lift those up on stairs and it's hard. But it's like I said, now I'm seeing more and more elevators in the subway stations, which I didn't see before, and it looks like they're replacing all the escalators in the Yamanote line is what I like. I don't want to visit anywhere that you can't get to on the Yamanote line, because I love that train.
According to your story, maybe you know better than me. You know Tokyo better than me. Because I'm from Kashiwa in Chiba. Have you ever heard of it?
That's nowhere near Narita, is it?
Well,
that's the only other
prefecture, but
yeah, that's a. Yeah, because I sort of thought, because I used to fly into Narita all the time. It wasn't until 3 years ago that Delta started flying into Haneda, and it's so much more convenient. I just love coming into this city.
Haneda.
And, and this airport, this is one of the nicest, friendliest airports in the world. I've been there all over. And, well, they have this really nice hotel right down here. And then in the Terminal 2, they have another hotel, and then they have in Terminal 1, they have that capsule hotel. Now, I always stay in that. It's very inexpensive, and because I'm flying standby, I never know if I'm going to be getting on the plane or not, and you can make a last-minute reservation for that, or you can get in, and it's inexpensive. I love that. And this place, I love this place. People, everybody tells me, when I talk about Japan, they say, well, we can't go there because the food is so expensive, because they keep hearing about cups of coffee for $5. But, in there, I had a full meal, a nice piece of salmon, boiled beef, big bowl of rice, and a glass of beer. It was less than $10. You couldn't do that in America.
Is that so?
Well, and there's just food everywhere too. In America, you generally have to walk a long ways to get the food, but you step out of your hotel, and I swear there's a restaurant or a place selling food at least within 10 paces of your hotel. Any hotel in Japan, especially in Ueno, there seems to be little restaurants all over.
I don't know much about Ueno. He was born in Asakusa, though.
Oh, Asakusa.
It
is beautiful. Now, I didn't bring I was there just today, and I got my temple book.
Temple book.
Well, I was at Kamakura. I went to Kamakura yesterday with a friend because in 2002 I came back to Japan, and I had a picture of my mother and my 2 brothers and I sitting at the base of the big Buddha at Kamakura. And it was from 1952 when I was a little child. And I wanted to go back there and then get my picture taken at the base of the statue, and then take that back and show it to my mother and my 2 brothers. So I go there and I get my picture taken, and then you just go I was trying to take a picture, and then somebody came up, well, do you want to be in the picture? And I said, yeah. So I went up and they took my picture. And then the gentleman said, well, you need a souvenir. And I said, well, what kind of souvenir? And he said, oh, do this. And he showed me the temple book. And he said, you just go up there and they'll stamp it and sign it for you, and then you'll have a record of visiting here.
Yes.
And I thought, oh, that's really nice. So I did that, and so that was 2002. Last year, I mean, you know how they accordion out?
Oh, yes, I got
Okay,
it right.
well,
Yes,
last year when I was, in December when I was here, I noticed I was on my last page. I had only one page left.
Oh,
And then,
you visited a lot.
yeah, a lot. Well, like I say, I visit
Mm-hmm.
temples all over.
Yeah.
And so I looked and I thought, okay, 2002, Kamakura, 2017 will be Kamakura front and back.
Oh.
Okay, so, and so I got that book, so that's 15 years worth of temple visits. And then I got a brand new book, and I started with Kamakura.
Wow.
Kamakura, and then I was at the Asakusa, because I seem to always get like 2 or 3 of those every time I visit.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Oh, he likes Buddhas, statue of Buddhas, but I'm not slow, you know, I have no knowledge. So you can tell me.
You have to go inside the booth too.
Yeah.
You can go inside and peek out his eyes. It costs an extra 200 yen.
Oh, okay. Oh, really? I should do that. Yeah,
I don't know.
because I'm Japanese.
Well, I noticed that, and I had noticed this before because I walked around the back of the Buddha. There's these little doors way up. They open up because it must be really hot inside there.
Gokaicho? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my friend and I, we weren't interested in going. I've been inside, and he wasn't interested in going inside, but he was more interested in the little gardens around it.
Oh, I'm interested in that. I've
Well,
never done.
you know, the really nice thing about Kamakura is they have all those flower festivals all through the year.
Yes.
So
Hydrangea. Did you see hydrangeas?
I didn't see any hydrangeas this time. You know, the hydrangea, though, is the city flower of Nagasaki, too.
Oh my gosh, what a coincidence.
Yeah, the blue one, the blue hydrangea, not the other one.
Oh, okay.
And so the mayor of Nagasaki brought over some hydrangeas, because hydrangeas grow really well in Minnesota as well.
Minnesota.
Yeah, so he brought over some hydrangeas, and we have a peace park there, like the peace park in Nagasaki, but smaller. And he planted his hydrangeas there. We actually have a peace bridge. It's a zigzag bridge, you know.
Zigzag
bridge. And we have a stone that was donated from Hiroshima, and then one that was donated from Nagasaki.
Okay.
That's actually. I'm from St. Paul, but Minneapolis and St. Paul are right together, and the Minneapolis has the Peace Park. But we, the St. Paul people, have volunteered on it and worked on it a lot.
So, excuse me, what mean by Junrei? So you are going...
Well, Well, see, here, it was kind of a joke. I was asking my friends, well, my name is Palmer, so what would be my kanjis?
Oh, okay.
And they were giving me all kinds of kanjis, and I was looking up in the encyclopedia, and they said, sometimes they tried to translate, Palma doesn't Palma, that actually means hairdresser. and I So Palma. So I thought, I don't want to be the hairdresser. But Palmer actually is a Christian word for the pilgrims that went to Jerusalem and came back. If you had gone to Jerusalem and came back to England, you would bring a palm leaf, and then on Easter Sunday, you could take your palm leaf and then carry it to the front of church, and everybody would think that you were great.
Okay.
So I thought that Juresha, which means pilgrim, I could be.
Eric Clapton's song, I remember.
Well, I was always surprised when people would tell me that, you look up the kanji for their name, and
Yeah.
it doesn't translate at all. They just picked out a kanji they liked,
Oh, but that's
especially for
nice.
first
Very
names.
nice.
So
Wow.
that's how come I'm
Beautiful.
Ju Shaw.
Okay. So actually, you're doing.
Oh, and I am doing the
comedy?
pilgrimages too, but
Oh, okay.
But what I'd like to do is because apparently in Kamakura, so when they have the big festival, you just go from temple to temple and see their finest specimen of the flower that's blooming. And my friend that went with me yesterday, he's thinking that he would like to come back because he's a botanist. And he was actually, everywhere we walked, he was naming all the plants. I couldn't do that, but he's a retired botanist. So we may come back for the Kamakura tour, just tour all the temples and see all the beautiful plants.
Okay.
So you need to encourage your students to find somebody and just speak.
Oh, thank you.
And if
Nice
people,
closing.
and I must start doing this myself, but I'll wait till next year. That I will refuse to speak English to anybody. I'll just try to speak my Japanese.
Okay. Well, please get in touch with me, and I can speak to you in Japanese next time. So then, yeah, that would be nice.
Other than talking about the weather and the temperature and the oishi desu.
Oishi
Everything's delicious.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So,
but
okay, that's good to know.
Oh, and so
Thank
here's
you.
my good luck charm from Kamakura that I just got yesterday.
Oh, brand new charm.
This is good health, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shindan Joju. So.
Yeah, I think I got a bunch of good health ones, and I got some that were prosperous life.
Yes.
Just in case.
And then wish you
safe travel. I always buy those.
Oh, yes, please. Right. That's a good idea. Yeah, frequent visitor. And then nice talking. Thank you very much. And thank you for the good advice for viewers. And he's
Roberto
Palma.
It's from I don't know if you ever heard it was a 1970s song by the Styx. It's called Domo Arigato, Mr. Roboto.
Ah, 聞いたことある.
So, when that song came out, all my friends in Nagasaki started calling me Mr. Roboto.
Mr. Robert, thank you so much. ありがとうございました。